This is Generally Speaking. Episode 5, The Divide, with a special guest. Hi guys!
Hi,
My name is Lyric.
and I'm Nadia.
Welcome back to Generally Speaking. Whoop whoop.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Today, on this very special episode 5, that's one of my favorite numbers actually. I love 5. I was born in 2005, so it makes sense.
Okay.
So today we're not alone. We have a guest. Everyone welcome Zach.
What's going on? Hey, people.
Woo! Okay, so we have brought Zach here today because we plan to talk about a topic we feel as though is not talked about much in most circles, but everyone
Knows
feels-
about it,
Yeah,
for
everyone knows
sure.
about it and like feels the actions it has on everyone. But before we get into that, we're gonna play a game as always. This game is called Categories, and basically, I'm gonna say a category, and the three of us are gonna go around, and we're gonna try to keep the category going. So, just as an example, say the category is fruit. I would start.
Hope it's fruit. I hope it's fruit.
It's not gonna be fruit because this is the example. But I would start. So I'd be like apple, and then we would just keep going, and whoever messes up first loses that round.
Wait, is it like if we hesitate or like
Yeah.
you gotta be rapid? Oh,
Like it's gotta be like.
Oh.
You
Okay.
can't think too hard. You got two other people to say a fruit for you to think. It's actually not gonna be fruit. So
Okay.
the first category is gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna be colors. I'll start.
Okay.
Red,
Blue,
Indigo.
green,
violet,
Black.
orange,
purple,
Silver.
gold,
bronze,
White.
yellow.
red.
Magenta.
I said red.
Aw.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I should've said
You
orange.
can't- You starting with indigo threw me off.
No, I was like,
Had to
was
send
glad
it for
you
the
were
crazy
gonna
one.
say
I had to send it for a
it.
crazy ride.
Literally,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
have put any regular color. It was
Why
like
would I use the
indigo.
color? What was I gonna say? Yellow.
You said silver and gold, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was trying to
bronze?
get to the shallow colors,
It's
but
not even a color.
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll take it. Okay.
Bronze is a color.
I
That's
mean,
why
yeah,
it's
but
called
it's more
bronze.
like the-
not thinking bronze
No,
is a color
that's
is
brown.
crazy.
I
Is
think
gold a
brown,
color?
Because it's like
Yes.
brown.
Is gold a color?
Hop
I
on.
could have said brown, but
It's-
there's. We said violet, and indigo, and purple.
No, okay, yeah, you're valid. That's valid.
I said magenta. I was not playing no games.
Right, you
Everybody's
were
gonna
on
get
it.
it.
Yeah, but I definitely said that's another thing.
So,
If you
so is
repeat-
it y'all now?
Do you want to do it that way? Or
If
like-
you want it, I'm finna
Get
hold the
more
mic and
colors.
get jiggy, boy. Y'all play it. I'm gonna go ahead tee up. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, we can do it that way. All right, so our next one is gonna be animals.
Oh, I'm just out forever?
Just for this one until we figure
Okay,
out. We can do
I'm
another round. Okay, you ready? Lions,
Zebra.
tiger,
Hyena.
bear,
Cheetah.
giraffe,
Dragon.
cat,
Dog.
lizard,
Bear.
bird,
Iguana.
fish,
Snake.
caterpillar,
Butterfly.
ant,
Where we
Termite.
This is animals.
beetle,
Anteater.
These are animals. Spider,
Finnick.
fly.
Who says that? That's so retarded. Fly. Pig.
Oh yeah, pig. I was gonna say dragonfly
I
next.
was trying to throw you off with a finnick, but you don't.
No, I heard Finnick. I was like,
She don't even know what a finnick is, so.
No, I do, but like you said it, and then I didn't even let it. I didn't really register. I was just going. Yeah. Okay, we can do a second round. This is fun. Okay. Let's see. That one's too easy. Hold on.
Nonsense.
Okay. Beverages. Are you ready? Ready? I'm gonna start easy. Water. Actually, yeah. Water.
Sprite,
Lemonade.
Coke.
Pepsi,
Honor Palmer.
Sweet tea.
tea.
No, I just
That's
said
just
tea.
tea. That's two different things.
Yo, Beaver, cut her out. She obviously doesn't know how to play the game.
I do.
What?
I don't drink much, gang. I drink literally Sprite water and water, and like Sprite sometimes.
You're precise.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're done. You need help?
You know, we'll let you. We'll do another 3-person round because I don't know what you got going on. This time we're gonna do movies. This one's a little
that's-
harder.
what?
Right. This one's a little harder.
How much time do we have until like the time? Cause you'd be like,
Okay.
and I'd be
Like 5
hmm.
seconds. I feel like. I think it's a good enough time for you to.
You know how many movies I've watched?
I'm like, I watched.
But like
I'm
he-
in and out the movie theater. I'm locked. Let's go.
All right. You
I
ready?
think. Can I do new movies that are coming out
You
too?
can do any movie, just
Any
movies.
movie.
Okay, say no more.
Also, don't get ghetto. Don't be like if it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you need to say the whole title of the movie. All right. Ready?
Mhm.
The Titanic.
Rio,
Love Thunder. Thor, Love and Thunder. My fault.
The Notebook.
Captain America.
What? I'm done.
You're out. He literally just said, "I'm so long.
Bro, The Notebook took me out. I couldn't even focus after I heard that nonsense. It's not even.
Okay.
We can talk about that later. I don't like that movie
What?
Really?
at all.
I've only heard good things
What?
about that
I've
movie.
only heard
I never
good
worked.
It's
I
an
never watched
amazing
it. though.
movie.
Exactly. She's never watched it.
I never watched it.
It's an amazing movie.
Wow.
And I don't.
Y'all can see me. That's nonsense.
It's not. It's
Is
amazing.
the camera pointing at me?
Yes.
Yo, is the camera pointing at me, y'all?
It's that one.
That's nonsense. Okay. I'll sit
Okay,
down.
me and you are gonna do vegetables.
Ah.
You ready?
Wait. Beans aren't a vegetable.
Caribbean say vegetables.
That's true. I say vegetables all the time.
I just say vegetables, but okay. You ready? You locked. Come on. Carrots,
Peppers,
broccoli.
onion.
You're cut.
Late, everything, corn.
Evelyn flew out your mind
Everything.
No,
Rice
because-
is a vegetable.
Once you hear something unorthodox, everything flies out of your head.
Literally, or something I wasn't. Peppers.
Onion?
Threw me off.
Onion,
Peppers?
Pepper and onion. That's what I
Peppers
cut. I
threw
cut
me.
the vegetables.
Because peppers is
out.
so broad. You ain't say
Yeah.
bell peppers,
You
banana
just said
peppers.
green peppers, bell peppers. You just said peppers.
I mean, you said tea. You said sweet tea, then I said tea.
That's the same
It's the
thing,
same
pretty
thing.
much.
It's pretty much the same thing. Because you know,
There's
kinds of
iced
tea
tea,
there
there's
are.
hot tea, there's sweet tea. That's all I got.
Those can literally be referred to as the same thing.
Yes, tea.
Depending on where you are in the South, iced tea and sweet tea is the same thing. Hot tea is the only thing that's different.
I don't
No
know.
one's
I was
drinking
gonna
hot
say I don't know
tea.
where
I
you
like
where you
sweet
going.
tea
You're
and
getting
iced tea.
unsweetened tea.
Oh.
That's what iced tea is. Where
Yeah.
you going getting unsweetened tea? Exactly.
At
That's
the very
fair.
least, the half and half. Because some people like McDonald's.
Half
sweet tea
you
is
know how I
too
get
sweet.
down. Arnold Palmer, Chick-fil-A,
And lemonade.
Sun Joy.
Yeah.
Let it be known.
That was not
Let's talk about. I'm a red member at Chick-fil-A. They know me.
That's wild.
Hey, the one on Stone Mountain. Charles know me by name. All right, let's keep pushing.
All right, so getting into the topic today. So today's episode is called The Divide. And it's because we're going to talk about, okay, actually, before we talk about this, I need to put a little disclaimer in. We're going to be using CP. And I know CP can be seen as derogatory in some ways, but here today on this podcast episode, we will not be using it as a
I mean, it's
derogatory
college
way.
prep.
That is
That's
facts.
all
That is what it
we're-
really means. College prep.
That's
Yeah.
all we're saying it as. We're just using categories to divide.
People. Yeah, because
People.
we're also lumping together.
This is a name
the
of a
gifted-
team and a name of a team.
Yeah, we're also lumping together the gifted, the AP, and the IB kids all as one, and they'll be known as the accelerated people or just the accelerated track or
You
whatever.
do AP and CP or just
We can just do AP and CP.
Yeah, we can do AP. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Then gifted, AP, and IB are all lumped together as AP. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, what I was saying, since middle school, there has been kind of a divide between the two, and how it started is really, it can't be pinpointed to one exact moment or one exact person, but it's definitely there. It's real, and like I said, a lot of people don't really talk about it in their circles, but it's definitely felt and seen, like as a whole. So here's why we have
true.
Zach here today. So we chose Zach to be here today because Zach knows a lot of people, and a lot of people know Zach. So I feel like he
Knows
has a pretty decent perspective on both sides of the tables. If that makes sense. Do you feel that way?
yeah.
Cool, wonderful. So first, like, do you know the divide I'm talking about? Do you
Yeah,
understand it?
the divide between CP and AP, whatever you want to call it, just in general, it was really noticeable when we hit 8th grade when they put us upstairs and downstairs. That was
Yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah,
Like me and Lyric used to have classes 6th and 7th grade, 8th grade happened, and we didn't have a single class.
yeah,
So yeah, that was a big change.
yeah, definitely. So I guess that's where you can say it kind of started, like when they were like.
Yeah, that was really like you could tell that
Yeah.
because I didn't have a class with Matthew either.
Yeah, I definitely remember like 6th, 7th grade. I was like with y'all. Like we were all in the same class. In the 8th grade, I never saw you guys ever.
Y'all had King
From
Kalinsky.
From an,
Oh my
from an
gosh.
outside perspective for me, because I only got to Shiloh. I was in Shiloh elementary school and then just in 8th grade. So
Mhm.
when the divide already happened.
You were already like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
thrown
I
into it.
remember I was with like the CP class, and they were like, "You would have been down here anyway." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Yeah, because like they separated like the AP
Yeah.
and the CP class," and I was like, "Really?" I didn't know anything about it, but I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah, it
they
was
would
kind
always
of
refer
a-
to me specifically.
Yeah, it
Like,
was kind of
"You're
a
supposed to
big
be
thing,
upstairs.
'cause
You're
they were
supposed to be
like-
here."
They was already thinking it was like, oh, you downstairs kids are like.
Yeah, no, the downstairs kid propaganda was crazy.
It was same upstairs with y'all. Like y'all
yeah,
were
nah, I
in
ain't gonna
foreign
lie.
land.
J Hall, it was a crazy man's hall. I don't know why they put us up there.
Like, and then like the year before, they were already telling us they were gonna split us up, but they were like, oh, the AP kids are gonna be upstairs,
Mhm.
you know, separated from everyone, kind of having acquired space. and they put us downstairs, and that hall was like main traffic because you get
Yeah.
to other
That's
electives
what
and stuff down there.
Most people were saying they were like
Yeah,
they were supposed to be upstairs.
and we were already teed. We were like,
Because
Yeah.
it was the people downstairs. It was y'all, and then it was also more CP.
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
it was
so
two classes of CP
it was-
and
yeah.
two classes of.
And that was the same way how it was upstairs. So I'm
Really?
confused on how they try to do that separation
Because they mixed
And
it.
yeah.
because they just try to immigrate
just-
both.
yeah.
Yeah.
it was
It's strange, but
It was. Because they'd be like, "Oh, you should be upstairs." And I'm like, "There's like."
my friend Malachi, he got transferred out of my class. Jonathan too.
Mm-hmm.
They got took out of the class. They went downstairs, which was crazy.
Because because if they just were gonna do two like AP up and down, they should have just either completely split us, or
Hey.
because even like in our teams, you could tell that there was a split and a divide.
Yeah. It was literally
Because when them teachers are talking about their
Yeah,
grades,
y'all at
I
the
saw
top
that.
and us at the bottom.
And it was literally like we were walking that little square. It was like whatever, like, and that's just kind of like the.
But on both sides.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
I'm
the
saying. Like
thing.
it got to a point where it was like I might not have even cared that much, but the amount of hate and energy you're giving me, I'm not
yeah, I feel like
rocking
it
with
did give people superiority
Ammo.
complex.
Yeah,
Not ammo.
Yeah.
Because you were still like we were still AP, just AP, but the
Yeah.
upstairs, downstairs, yeah, they definitely gave people a superiority complex, like like short man syndrome, stuff like that. That's what it could relate to. People's
Yeah.
like, you're downstairs, oh brother,
Okay.
it was terrible.
Okay, so do you think? Here's another question. Do you think this divide affects like socially how we get things done, like as a class?
Yes, I mean it affects how people get things done because just because you're in CP doesn't mean you aren't smart.
Yeah.
Or you can't get things done. So sometimes some AP people need the CP people.
Yeah.
So they can get more jobs done. Because it doesn't matter where you are, you can still work.
Yeah.
But I feel like more people don't understand the split is because it wasn't really talked about how this can help you or this can help you. So people are just fine taking regular courses because obviously they need people to fill those classes and those teachers. But if people knew that you can go in AP class and you can work more towards your future, I feel like there would be a lot more AP kids and the split would become minuscule.
I also think that like because a lot of like outside effects like teachers and admin expect more from the AP kids, they push us to do more, and it may make the CP kids feel like they don't have a spot to do more. And I feel like that's another reason why the split is so like just problematic because it's like I know people. I know one person in CV, and she's very like driven and goal setting, but she feels like because like the same 10 or 12 people who are typically in the AB classes are doing all these clubs and being these officers and hosting these events that she can't do it because it's like there's no room for her. But I feel like if that gap or divide was never made or not made as large as it is, she would feel more welcome to do it, if that makes sense.
What do you mean by never made?
Like, I don't know, I feel like we should have been integrated more. Like, even if that is just physically where the classrooms are. Because I know, like, there's some things, like, you really can't integrate. Like, if a kid's not going to take an AP class, you can't put them in an AP class.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I feel like there was never a good time as to when our whole class could kind of just mingle. Like, besides connections, but even with connections, like, you stayed with your people.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, exactly how we could have gone about, like, closing this
I
gap.
feel like that's just something that you could change when you get into high school. Like, as a kid, like, most kids are just awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really break out my shell till late 8th grade, beginning of 9th grade, and then quarantine happened, so that was life. But sometimes it wasn't the fact that they were in CP and I was in AP. It was just that I just didn't know how to talk to them. And I feel like that's a lot of things that people don't understand, especially after quarantine happened. It really separated a lot of kids, and some kids who already had social anxiety. It just made their anxiety go up. So I feel like the split and the break out from COVID is really what has split people more than what they think it really is.
Yeah.
Because you can walk down the hallway to like most of your class next year AP classes are CP classes.
Yeah.
Most AP classes are not right next to each other. None of my AP classes are next to each other actually.
Oh my.
Yeah,
They're all around.
Building.
Like the one AP class I know that's right back to back is Miss Camplain and Mr. Lamar. But even in front of them, which is Mr.
But even
Bennett,
that's not the same period.
is
They're
a,
not
yeah, and
the
that's
same
not the same period.
Yeah.
And then what across from them is Mr. Bennett, and that's a regular class.
That's the class I have.
Exactly. So I feel like people think the split is bigger than what it really is.
I can see. I can definitely
Yeah.
see that. Yeah. I guess we kind of already talked about like how we feel we could close this divide. It would just be like going to talk to a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, because it's just like a job. Like, people think that, say you're at a job and the minimum that you're paying is like $10 an hour. That's like the minimum for everybody. But say you getting 10, I'm getting 11.50, she getting 13. But if we never talk about it, we'll
Yeah,
never
we'll
know, and we'll all just be okay with what we're doing because we don't know that we can be better.
Yeah.
So that's just a problem with communication.
That's true. And also just branching out, just generally. Because a lot of the, like, electives, you're usually mixed.
Yeah.
But
So it's legit just about going out and like talking to people at these different events that we have, like with the school and whatnot, and just like I said, not I guess staying in your bubble and staying with the people that are close to you. Because I know like no CP kids.
that's interesting.
Like when I
They
tell
they
you-
know you.
They definitely know
That's
you.
different though. Like I'm on the podcast. I'm on the announcements every morning.
You're on
yes.
the announcements in
But
middle school.
I'm literally I'm a really social person, so I'm okay with people coming up to me,
Mhm.
talking to me like, hey, you're gonna go from the announcements. Cool, we gotta have a whole conversation about it. I'm so okay with that. But like,
Because people don't think it's cool to do a lot of stuff at the school. It is okay to have some shallow pride. This
Yeah,
is where you're
come on
getting
now.
your
Right.
diploma from.
And that's the other thing I was gonna say, because the other difference between CP and AP kids is the AP kids mainly have like taken over all the outside things,
Yeah.
like all the clubs and stuff. When you look at a club, it's mainly like people you see in your class,
Yeah.
and like besides even like the other ones like Beta, NHS, stuff like that. NHS is like everybody be like. it's the
Nah,
nerds.
NHS is that's a different
I
type of
mean,
divide.
also-
That's-
We can't get
I
into
don't
that.
know if we can
I
talk about
know
that divide on this.
But,
You in NHS?
Yes.
Oh, that is a
she's a 4.0.
what?
she's a 4.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, she noggin up.
Yeah.
That's
Are you doing dual
definitely
next year?
different. Huh?
You doing dual
I'm
next
doing
year?
dual now.
Oh yeah.
We are, yeah.
And
What
so,
what
like,
your
I'm
school
doing
are
it
you doing
next year.
doing for?
We're doing it at Gwinnett Tech right now.
I'm trying to do Georgia State.
That's where we're
We're
going.
gonna
quite
change that.
frankly,
we're gonna change.
The only problem with me doing Georgia State is that I didn't get high enough on my PSAT. So I'm taking my SAT.
We're taking it next weekend, right?
Yeah, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Man, because what you need? You need an 1140 to get to Georgia State.
Oh, that's it.
What you mean that's it?
Sorry, gang.
What you got on your PSAT? What you got on your PSAT?
My PSAT?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I think.
The ones
I
that you took
think I
when
got
you was
1150.
dead for real? You were locked in. I ain't gonna lie. I slept on my
I was.
PSATs.
Ooh,
And I wish I
The crazy
didn't.
part is I got higher. No, I did not get that high. I'm lying to you.
Because I got a 1080.
I got higher on my
I
ninth
think I
grade
got
one
that.
than I got on the one last year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because we did that math
I feel like
ninth grade
1090.
year. So that math part was locked in. Last
I didn't
year
take the
was
one the last semester. Nah, I took the one in 10th grade.
like- I remember that.
10th grade, I got a
I
1080.
didn't
Yeah.
take the one in 10th grade. That was me. I was doing I was digital for the first semester of 10th grade. So
That is crazy.
Still
messed
is
me up.
crazy.
My mama sent me back immediately.
My mom wouldn't.
Ninth
She
grade,
like,
I was in school.
Yeah, no.
She told me I was sleeping in class too much. So I came
Oh,
right on
really?
back. Oh, yeah, I was sleeping crazy.
No, yeah, no.
Speaker was calling my name, and I was sleeping in his class to read.
That's the problem.
We was reading Romeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
yeah, that's
Romeo,
bad.
but he gave me them long lines. I'm
Pick your character.
I'm talking about what?
Yeah.
Which character you gonna be? You gonna be this one.
This one.
Okay.
Today.
Bush.
You gotta
Bush
look.
number 2.
Tree number 5.
God, like I'm not talking.
I'm so happy that he's gonna do that still.
I'm,
But if he had me really Othello, I would have went ahead passed out. I would have checked out. Othello would have been crazy to read, especially out loud to the class.
I'm trying to think if there's like anything else.
Yeah, we can talk about stuff. That's another thing. What do y'all think nonchalant really is?
It's a random question.
Yeah,
No, no,
it's
like
a-
for real, because nonchalant. Because I really feel like people don't know the real definition of nonchalant.
I feel like a lot of people think nonchalant is like when people don't care, but I feel like it's when you don't show that you care.
But the definition of nonchalant is knowing that you're doing something wrong, but choosing not to care about it.
Is it actually?
Yes, that's like you're stealing, and someone sees you stealing, and you
Like-
still don't care about it. That is nonchalant.
I didn't know that.
That's in the context of what I know. I just didn't know how
So-
to verbally say
So
it.
that's
Give
really
me the
just an
definition.
introduction question because I feel like people use some words in wrong
They
situations.
do.
Like
Yeah,
the severity
a
of
lot.
yeah, the
100%.
severity of some of the words that people use are really higher than they really think it is. Like hate is a really strong word.
Yeah.
Nonchalant is a crazy word. The crazy part is egotistical is a stronger word than narcissism.
I can see that.
But
No, yeah,
people
no,
throw
like-
around words
misuse
crazily.
Well,
connotations
actually,
also.
the narcissism.
They've changed things.
Narcissism is really just has a light definition behind it. It's just you're into yourself. Egotistical means you put other people down to be.
To be into yourself.
yes.
No, okay, no, yeah, that makes sense.
You feel me? But people don't. I feel like people don't really see the scale of the balance of how these words really affect people. Because
Yeah.
words do hurt.
That's what, even with this, like the whole CP thing, like people use that so like
Words definitely do hurt.
you be like, oh my god, the way people use it is just, I feel like it's offensive, like in itself. Like they use it
Yeah,
against, like,
definitely.
Yeah, like I don't
Black
say, like
plague.
sometimes I don't be saying CP because I'm like I don't want nobody to be
I don't
like.
know why they feel like
You
offended
said
because I know
what? I'd be like,
so many people get like that phrase has been like used so derogatory to the point where now we don't even feel comfortable saying it
Yeah,
because it's like
but-
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's literally what it is. It's a term to me.
it's what it's called.
But
Yeah.
now because it
But-
has this connotation behind it, people can't just throw it around like that.
I mean, but that's what we do nowadays. We change the connotation of what
Oh,
words really
100%.
mean. A lot of words have changed. A lot of definitions of
words
what
changed.
words
Even
really are
being
changed.
in Norton was like, oh yeah, this is actually how you use this word, and we'd be like,
Yeah, we'd be like,
what?
did not know
That's
that.
Yeah,
how
I was
you
like,
use that word? Like, yeah,
I'll put that in the
changed
back pocket. Never will use that word again.
Ever again.
Yeah, but yeah, words like that. There's like some words are
But I mean,
we
our
really forget the
generation
meaning of what
has
they really
been-
mean.
Yeah, our generation been changing words for years. Like
Right?
slang, as in like
Ebonics.
Mm-hmm.
literally like AAV, like that is it's literally changing the foundation of certain words.
Yeah.
Like cap, savage is actually a really bad thing, but now it's like well,
Right?
just-
If you're a savage, you know what that means. You're a mongrel.
Yeah.
You are
Literally.
barbaric. Not cool. That is not
Literally,
what
and
you
now
need to be
it's like,
subscribed
oh my
as.
gosh, she's a savage. Like no.
Mm-mm. That is terrible.
Oh, ew! I remember that time.
Yeah,
of
that-
life
you know,
when
like-
savages used
Like another crazy time, like
savage.
emoji pants.
Ooh.
That was a wicked time in
Ew,
life.
that-
That was a crazy
That
I
time
knew
in
like
life.
a
not
couple
A
remember
wicked
people
time in
had
life.
emoji pants.
Let's
Just
not-
emoji everything.
You had
in my
emoji pants?
bag.
The-
I didn't.
the-
Did you get 'em?
I had the whole tracksuit game.
Oh,
So honest.
Nah,
I had
that is
the-
crazy.
the-
That's crazy.
I
That's
had
crazy.
the sweatshirt. I had the pants.
Some people had
and
the
you
book
know,
bag,
you also
some people
know,
had the
remember?
purse.
What?
That's what I remember. The light up shoes.
Ooh,
I had
like
them
the
too.
light up Yeezys.
Yeah, the
Oh,
ones that be
ooh.
light
I
up
had
on the
like
bottom.
shoes.
Ooh, but
I did. I was.
That was
was that
fit.
6th, 7th grade? I had the
Yeah.
city in a
That was-
Oh,
chokehold.
Fit.
stepping.
Oh God, that
Chokehold. Heelys?
Ooh.
them was locked
Boy.
in. for real,
They
too.
coming back for some reason. They definitely.
I
These
don't
are
know.
awesome.
Because
I
people,
feel like.
because like I feel like people are changing. Like people are saying like for dressing weird, and for those of y'all who aren't watching and listening, I put that in quotations. Weird. Now they just call it different aesthetics.
Yeah,
Like if
That's
you dress
true.
emo, that's not weird anymore. That's just your
it's
aesthetic.
just your aesthetic.
Get that
now.
used.
You dress
I
really
guess
bright colors. It's just your
I
aesthetic.
feel like that's good now though, because I feel like it's being more like inclusive. I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's letting everybody just be like, oh,
Be themselves. Like
okay,
I don't.
cool.
feel like
Removing the negative connotation that we've been talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, like literally. our
Emo
generation
was
doing
crazy.
things.
Everyone was like, well, you're emo.
But do y'all peep out how we're changing connotations depending on how we feel it is?
Yes.
Right.
Like we're
We're
making
literally
some
changing
words
the
more
word.
negative, but we're making other words more inclusive.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's,
It
I feel
is
like it's just
interesting.
it involves inclusivity as a whole. Like we're real big on
Everybody.
right.
Everybody's fine. You're fine. Don't.
no, that's the
you know.
problem. I feel like people are really big on nowadays is softening words up
That's
for the
true.
impact of them because they realize words do hurt.
Yeah.
So I feel like you changing the meaning of the word is just making people be in the actual word of what the definition of what it really is ignorant.
Mhm.
Ignorant is not negative. Ignorant just means you're like you're not knowledgeable about a topic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But
I
they
feel
be
like it makes people ignorant.
Yeah.
Because typically, like I feel like the word ignorant, especially, is like people use it because when someone brings up the fact that you're not knowledgeable about a topic, it's probably because
Get offended. People get offended. Real
either
quick.
that or you don't know what you're talking about and you're speaking about it so loud that someone feels like they need to physically go throughout their day and stop you and say, hey, that's wrong. And typically it's like when they come back like, oh no, I'm not wrong, da-da-da, it's like, oh, you're being ignorant.
Yeah.
And so now it does have kind of more of a negative connotation because you're not going to tell a 3-year-old who doesn't know her shapes from her colors that you're being ignorant. Now you're
Exactly.
gonna say,
Even
hey,
though.
Even though
technically
that's
it
that's what the
is.
definition
Yeah,
is.
literally
It's
what you do.
Even though
ignorance,
that's what
yeah.
exactly what they're doing.
Right. But
Hey.
you wouldn't say that because you'd be like, oh.
Because it has a negative connotation. But I feel like there's also some words we just can't change. Like the big ones, like slurs. You can't.
Oh no, yeah.
You can't.
Uh,
Like,
No.
You really can't. No, even though
Doesn't
some of
be
these slurs,
trying.
even though the definition of most of these slurs are different, except for the N-word slurs, those are like,
Yeah,
those
like-
are like hard and stone. We already know what those
yeah,
mean.
you're
But
not.
that F slur means a bundle of sticks,
That really?
which is crazy, right? Yes, the F slur is a
Yeah,
bundle of sticks.
Yeah, like wood. My grandpa told me that. He was like,
I didn't
that didn't
know
even
that.
mean that. And you know, like in the UK, it's just,
I mean,
and
he is a
gay
female
means
dog.
happy.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're not changing. It feels like it's not. We're changing the connotation of the word. We're changing like the actual definition. Webster
no,
would not agree
'cause-
with this.
Back in the
Impossible.
Back in the day when people would be like, gay, they would just
Yeah,
be like,
and
they
that
literally
Christmas
have-
song.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas song about that.
No.
No, it's
I'm
in
not
the
about
Christmas
it,
I was
but
gonna
it's
say
like,
that got to be canceled.
Mary
Ain't no way
Jane.
they let that be on the
It's like-
charge.
No, it's
They definitely.
it's such a
I don't
da da da.
know.
You're happy and gay.
Yeah,
or
something
We
like
Are
that.
Gay or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't sing that one. Not nowadays. I can't. Nah.
Not nowadays. Everybody be like,
Oh,
what'd
okay.
you say?
Yeah, that
Let
gets
me
you.
see your wrist. It's okay.
Yeah, that puts you on the
That's why.
what's that called? The spectrum. That puts you on the spectrum.
The spectrum
Not
is
called
no.
the spectrum.
Oh, that's not the call of spectrum. Oh.
You don't just call it
The
that.
spectrum is for mental disabilities.
Oh, word! I thought the spectrum was used for everything.
No.
So that's just
When they
that's
be like
just,
you're on the spectrum, they mean
You're on the
like,
autistic spectrum.
autistic is really like.
It's a spectrum.
But I know, but that's a wide spectrum.
That's why they
Yes.
call it you're on the spectrum.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause
real
it's
wide
like
spectrum.
you can be higher on the spectrum. That's like more like the nonverbal people, the low functioning people.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you know, we're
feel
not
right
knowledgeable
saying that.
enough for this to be talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't feel comfortable
Yeah.
talking about this, but I know like you can be put on the spectrum
Okay.
for like different things.
But I know a type of autism is like you just don't show empathy towards other people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
that
on the
is.
spectrum.
Yeah. But you know what I didn't know?
What?
Not yawning back when someone else yawns is a sign of not showing empathy.
Really?
Like you
I
ever,
was just
someone
contagious.
someone ever
Somebody told me it
yawned,
was contagious.
someone ever yawned
Yeah.
around you that you didn't care about?
I
You never. I'm
we
telling you, you
talked
won't
about
yawn
this.
back.
Because we were like, you only yawn around people you care about.
You won't yawn back.
Because
It
you're
is a
paying
show of
attention.
empathy.
Yeah, you're paying attention to that person. You're like, oh,
Oh, that's why.
And
My mom
like,
yawned in
I've
front of me. I
noticed
didn't
that.
yawn back because I was blasting music. She called me a psychopath. Dead for real.
that's
Oh,
the thing.
wow.
I
But
was like,
also,
I
like,
did not know that.
for real?
though.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, because
That's a
Because
show of
sometimes
empathy.
I do notice. Sometimes I'd be like, that didn't like
it didn't
make me
trigger a
yawn
yawn.
back.
Yeah. But
That's,
also, like when you care about people, you
subconsciously,
start.
huh?
Yeah, you start when you care about someone and you're like around them, like you start mimicking their mannerisms.
That's true.
So it's literally it's the same like idea, same concept.
But you would never just yawn back to someone yawning. It'd feel unnatural. That's why it
Yeah,
Yeah, you
happens
can't
already.
like forcing a yawn is like almost gagging. Like it's awful.
I mean, yeah, I've never tried to
I've
force
never
it
tried to
before.
force a yawn before. You have?
Yeah,
It
because
is-
like
that's
sometimes I
what-
got pop my ears, like when I'm flying and stuff, I
Oh,
got pop my
yeah,
ears. I'm
yeah.
like, I need like
I
something's
don't
gotta
yawn
happen.
though.
That's why you
There's
chew
a
gum when
thing-
you fly.
You either chew gum or there's actually like a thing that can do, but I don't know how to
never
Word?
describe
chewed
it.
gum while flying.
Yeah, like within
Or I'll do
your
the
jaw
nose
and your
thing.
Is
Yeah,
it like a
just
southern like stigmatism or is it like a real thing?
like a thing that you can do. But I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
it's like a real thing.
I don't know. It's like a muscle thing that I learned how to do one day. Yeah, I don't know, but something happens and that be opening me up. I'll be like, my ears.
Okay, opening you up. All right, okay.
Don't relax.
Um,
Like my ears and they don't pop. Like I just,
That's real.
I don't know. Randomly, I learned how to. I don't know how to describe it either. Like literally, it's just a thing I can do.
Yeah.
You know how people can like move their ears? I can't do that. But like, that was like a thing.
I
at
know.
the
You know, it's
time.
also a thing that I hate: flipping eyelids. If you flip your eyelids, you're a problem.
No, that was a middle. That was
a
an
middle
elementary.
school-
No, that was
elementary school
elementary
thing.
school.
It was like,
Crazy.
what?
Flipping your eyeball. That really made me think that you are a problem.
No, because in elementary school, I remember it was like 4th or 5th grade. Corey would chase us around the playground with his eyelids.
How could he even see?
No, they be chasing people. They're like,
And
they're
he
like,
would run
"Stop
after
it."
us. We're
it's just
screaming
red.
because we're terrified,
Half
because
your eye
Corey
is
is
white,
tall.
half of it is red.
and you look like your eyeball is coming out of your eye. I didn't like it at all. It scarred me for life as a child, and I will never forget that.
Yeah, but let's talk about the divide. I feel like the divide is really a thing due to the fact that almost everything is built off social class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything is based on social.
Everything.
Society will not
everywhere,
survive
all the
without
time.
social class.
I'm telling you, it's like most political problems are built from social class. Most concept in life have built from social class. Come on now. First civilization we ever learned about, or we ever really founded, it was Egyptians.
Yeah,
Pharaohs.
And then
But
That was a
Empires.
crazy pyramid of life.
literally, you have. It might be bad, but you have to have levels because everything has to get done.
Because it falls into communism.
And
Actually, no. No. Let me be real. I'm wrong. That's ignorant. That's
okay,
ignorant
I
to
was
say.
like,
That does not fall into communism. Because communism
It's
is
the opposite.
everybody does their
Everybody's
same
the
job. Everybody just gets paid the same. That's
that's
like
a
if everybody
problem.
getting paid the same, people gonna start. I'm only gonna work how much I'm being paid. If you're
yeah,
paying me,
that's the problem with
if I'm a
communism.
business owner and you're paying me like a farmer, guess what I'm gonna start? Guess what I'm gonna start working like? A farmer.
But yeah, that was the problem with communism because people were like making stuff, and he was like, "I'm giving it 110% effort. My stuff is perfect every single time."
This
She over here threw a stick at the wall, and we're getting paid the same as
It's
not.
crazy. She should not be getting this.
I'm gonna throw a stick at the wall, and I'm gonna make my money. How she should make her money. and
That's
that.
facts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money though. Why is the average salary 30 bands? Is that crazy? The average salary
Hey,
is
minimum wage hasn't
$30,000.
changed since what?
Yes, it has. Minimum wage used to be $7.25.
It
That's
still
true.
is.
A word? No,
Yeah,
that's
are you so
wicked. I ain't
serious?
gonna
But
lie.
it's most places because if you go to a place that says you go work and pay you $7.25, I'm gonna go to CVS who starts at $15 an hour. Why would I do
Who are
that?
you telling? It's like
But legal minimum wage is still $7.25.
word. You would never catch me at Huddle House working $7.25.
At 7. I work for
Never.
9 now, and it's not enough. I work 2 jobs. And it's
10.50
not
isn't
I
enough.
don't even work yet.
10.50 is
and
not
all I'm
enough.
hearing is how terrible it is to work.
I'm going for
And how the pay
internships.
is-
I'm going for 15 internships.
Facts.
I'm going to apply to CVS again. I don't care if they don't respond. I'm going to keep applying. 15 off rip. You will see me there.
Hey,
I'm having a lot.
Dick's Sporting Goods give you $12.50 off the month, so you just gotta be 16.
I'm almost 18, so I'm still going to.
I'm telling you, hey,
I need a
everywhere.
job anyway.
Jobs things open up.
You go to Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm like, what's up?
I don't know if I can go back there though.
Hmm?
I
You
don't know.
used
If
to work
On the
at Dick's
back?
Sporting
Oh
Goods?
yeah, because
No. We'll talk about that off stream.
Okay.
Okay,
Definitely
well,
paid.
actually,
We're definitely
we have
over
gone way
some
past
time.
time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So that is all we have for today. We definitely rambled a lot. So sorry for the very, very long episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. And say bye, Zach.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.